Hello there, and welcome to Fixing the Sequel Trilogy, the Writers' Room podcast dedicated to fixing the Star Wars sequels. I'm Bryce Quinn, and I'm joined by one of our guest hosts and lead John Williams impersonator, Cole Forfang Phan. Thanks for joining us, Cole.
Hello. How's it going?
I call you that only because you're, you did our intro theme for us, and it was fantastic.
True, and I look
in the style of John Williams.
exactly like him.
And you do look exactly like him.
No, it's uncanny.
The resemblance.
The resemblance. I'm also joined by our lead writer, Carmelo Keating. Melo, hit us with the countdown to the writer's room.
Okay, so we have treatments that we have due this Saturday. So in 5 days' time.
For Sandro in particular.
Yeah, for Sandro
he's got a crazy work schedule.
to read. And then next week, a bunch of us, all of us, Emily and Cole and you and me and Sandro, we're all going to be doing a writer's room. And then beyond that, you might actually finally get to read/listen to some treatments.
Yeah,
that
for
we
all
just
five of you who care.
That we've just been talking about in a vacuum.
Yeah.
So.
We're just under 2 weeks away from our writer's room, and so the next week's episode will be a week out, and you and I will have probably finished or very close to finishing our treatments, ready for that writer's room, and those will be about 20 pages long each, roughly.
Yeah, where are you at the moment?
I'm at about 7-8 pages.
Oh, yeah,
I've got a ways to go.
Currently at 9, and I haven't added pictures yet.
You haven't had pictures?
I'm adding pictures.
I'm not adding pictures. I'm a
pictures.
boring guy. It's just going to be text. But that is what we're doing, because we are rewriting the sequel trilogy, and with every episode we get one step closer to repairing the hole left in our fanboy hearts by the sequels.
That's so deep.
Today is our episode entirely dedicated to which characters we want to cut from the sequels. We each have a list, and we don't know what each other's lists are. And for the next hour, we're going to justify to each other which characters deserve the axe from our rewrite. Let's begin. It's a very different show, very different structure to what we usually do.
Yeah, so how are we going to do this?
I was going to just go around
Everyone?
the circle, everyone does one each.
Awesome.
Who wants
One
to
each.
start? Yeah. Oh, one each, but we'll just rotate.
Oh, okay, cool. Can I start, please?
Draft picks.
Melo, you would like to start?
Snoke. Fuck you, Snoke. Fuck
That
off.
is my second one.
your
down.
second one?
Yeah.
Number
as
one.
well.
Number
Everyone
one.
would have
Yeah.
Snoke for
Yep.
sure. So yeah, why Snoke?
Just doesn't make sense, does he? You know, we've spoken about this before in our Palpatine episode. It's just like, there was just not a clear direction in terms of what he was going to be, you know, because it was obviously very shoehorned in at the end that he was just some, like, weird Palpatine clone. But then even that, they didn't explain. He was just some 7-foot tall guy. And then just right from the get-go of Force Awakens, the idea to have, like, some old, powerful guy, again, be, like, the leader of this new empire. It's just like,
That's my note. Yeah.
how many other ways in which are you going to repeat
He fills
the original
the
trilogy?
exact same narrative space as Emperor Palpatine.
But worse.
But worse.
somehow.
Yeah, it's just Palpatine, but worse.
He just
Because it's
kinda
illogical.
shows up and dies.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense where the fuck he's come from.
Yeah. Did
He
you have
seems
anything
super
specific for why you didn't want Snoke? Or?
No, not really. It's just the fact that, in episode 7 he's there and he's set up to be a mystery. Cool. You don't learn anything about
They
him
don't pay off the
really.
mystery, yeah.
And then they just kill him in episode 8.
So that's a big part of, what Ryan Johnson was trying to do with
it's like
Last Jedi is subvert expectations, don't give people what they want. That's not how real life works.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a lot of what he wanted to talk about. Like Rey doesn't have an interesting backstory, neither does Snoke. There's no bigger mystery. There is only just your family and who you are and who you decide to be. It's like self-actualizing. And that's what he was trying to say, and I really just don't think it quite landed, especially in those elements.
Yeah. It's just the problem, like each film, the theme.
They changed the theme. They changed the overall theme.
The themes and messages are conflicting between each one, and it's incoherent.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much where we're on Snoke. And we're all, in our rewrites, we're axing Snoke. He's not a part of the story. In most places, when we've done our rewrites, at least in this podcast, we've talked a lot about replacing him with Palpatine clones left over from Operation Cinder and the end of the Empire. But we'll get more into that later when we actually have some clearer directions on that. For now, we're only criticizing. That's the whole episode.
Yeah. Okay, who's next?
Shall it be me?
Cole?
Ooh, sorry. Oop. Well, the first one I wrote, because when I was asked this question, I was thinking, and I'm like, these are more so characters who I wish we could fix, but if I had to cut them, I would cut them. But the first one who I knew I think needs to be cut is probably DJ from The Last Jedi.
Yo!
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got DJ on there. Yeah.
Benicio del Toro. And I mean,
It's sad because Benicio is so
he's
awesome.
so good, yeah.
But even in this role, I'm like, you're wasted here. Dude.
I know.
Like, what the hell?
I remember when he was announced, I thought he was going to play Thrawn, which was fanboy monkey brain, but
Yeah.
but I thought he would be good casting.
Anytime an
Yeah.
actor within that certain age bracket gets
Yeah,
announced, everyone's like,
exactly.
Thrawn?
Yeah.
Richard E.
Actors-
Grant? Thrawn?
Actors with cheekbones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
We
said
can only
DJ,
dream.
and I get that he works for the themes in The Last Jedi, and it's just I don't like his characterization. He seems very
It's a weird
uncomfortable.
characterization. It's a weird direction. He's a part of that whole, the Red Palm Bloom guy. That
Yeah.
whole twist sucks and everyone hates it. And I can't really
Yeah.
see it being redeemable at all.
Yeah, and it's like, even though I've mellowed out on The Last Jedi over the last few years, I just cannot bring myself to like anything to do with Canto Bight.
No, it's rough. I like the action scene. I like when they're running through and the
Yeah.
whole, you get the T-Rex water shake. as they're coming towards the canteen. Like some of the action stuff is fun.
And I like the idea of a casino planet.
Exactly, yeah. It's like a fun like roller coaster ride. But any story stuff, all the dialogue sucks. Like there's like a lot of moments that are just like, this is very prequels comedy for me. Very like like pratfall, like like wacky comedy.
Yeah, and it's like this side tangent subplot as well.
Yeah,
so.
And it doesn't have anything to do with the main story. Nothing really drives it. And I've heard a lot of complaints about the whole like, oh yes, people profit from both sides of war. War bad. And Star Wars
is like that neutral person who's like, who's really the evil guy? The Nazis are anyway.
Yeah. But Star Wars has done the war bad. Both sides have bad things to them before in
Clone Wars?
a more subtle way. Yeah, Clone Wars. In just in better ways.
I'm not the biggest fan of Clone Wars, but I will say that they do a pretty good job of like, maybe both sides have some pretty big fucking problems, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like I like the whole like explaining the idea of like weapons and arms dealers and all that. But I feel like if you take some of those things that are interesting to explore and just put them in a different subplot, I think the film would be a lot better overall.
Yeah, I agree. DJ can get the axe.
Yes, but one thing I don't want to get the axe is Benicio del Toro.
Oh yeah, no, we need to cast him.
Yeah,
we've got our people, we've got our casting people, and they've been trying to reach out to Benicio for the last 6 months. We're gonna get him.
We're getting locked in for Ray.
I think
we've cast Benicio del Toro as Ray.
Love it.
Pull it off.
Ray Liotta. We're gonna cast Benicio del Toro as Ray Liotta.
Fuck, that's good.
Playing himself.
Who's Ray Liotta again?
He's an actor.
Okay.
An actual actor. I pitched a little while ago the idea to you of having Benicio be like the leader of like a crime syndicate.
Oh yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah.
In the same role as DJ or as a different guy?
No, different guy entirely. I think he'd be good in that capacity.
Yeah, absolutely.
My turn.
Bryce?
The top of my list is Maz Kanata.
I knew it. Yeah. Number 2 for me.
I really don't like
Maz
Maz Kanata. She's pretty much pointless, and I see no space for her in the story. She's pretty cool in that one scene in The Force Awakens, but other than that, I don't see how she adds any value to the story.
But Bryce, how you meant to get bland exposition that doesn't have any real answers to it?
So that's the thing, bland exposition, and her character kind of exists in this strange void of like, where does she come from? Who does she represent? Not all, but like, I guess Lando doesn't really fit into this category either, but I like characters who are interesting characters that represent a faction or belief of some kind.
Yeah.
She just exists in this shapeless void. At least Lando exists to represent the mining colonies and the everyman who lives in the world.
The impact that the Empire has on them.
And the impact that the Empire has. He's like, I just want to leave my mining colony, and the Empire made me this deal, I'm going to take the deal.
Yeah.
You know, he's an everyman.
She falls into a similar category as Snoke, as being this other ancient being. Maz Kanata is 1,000 years old.
Good God.
Yeah.
I knew she was old. I didn't know she was that old.
Yeah, it's like, okay, why? Why are you 1,000 years old?
And then you get Yoda, and the comparison there is like, oh, some wise ancient being who just exists. Yoda is 1,000 years old, and you feel it.
Yeah.
You really feel that he has 1,000 years of knowledge.
And he moves slowly. And, he's better in Empire than he is in the prequels. But yeah, they're just trying to do Yoda, wise old figure. Again.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm curious about her relationship with Chewbacca.
I mean, that's just a funny bit. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Well, I need someone to answer this for me because I can't remember if I dreamt it or if this was something I found out. But I think she has a past relationship with Dexter Jex, the
oh my
diner
God,
guy.
really?
I think so. I may literally be psychotic, but I remember hearing that.
Dexter Jex.
Someone confirm that, please.
That's really, really funny.
She likes tall guys. Yeah, another scenario where I'd love to get the actress back, Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah,
she's great.
It blew my mind funny.
Again, we'll get the studios to talk, but
again, we've been reaching out to Lupita. She's been very nice in her responses. They've all been no, but it's very polite no's.
Yeah.
She will also play Rey.
And she will also play Rey. We're just gonna have a movies of just Rey.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like 2 of them.
And they all have like the same line, and we overlap, and it's like
the Rey.
I'm Rey. Rey who? Rey Skywalker, and it's like 9 people saying it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Reys were the friends that we made along the way, also called Rey.
That's the theme.
Yeah.
Stupid bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Maz Kanata, not a fan of her.
Yep.
And what she adds to the story, she can be cut. Axed.
Yep.
Next.
Okay. Cool. My turn again. Okay. Ochi of Bastoon.
You know what? I was thinking about mentioning Ochi of Bastoon.
This is an episode 9.
This is an episode 9.
The fun one.
Once again, we return to the recurring theme of Cole not having seen Rise of Skywalker.
I'm the everyman.
No, you're right though, because you are. It's
You're the
funny
everyman because you haven't seen it, but most people have forgotten it. You know, most people have seen it, but they don't recall the information because it's such a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And number 1 most forgettable character from that, Ochi of Bastoon.
Ochi of Bastoon. So he's the assassin who is sent to kill Rey's parents.
Yeah, he's a Jedi hunter.
He's a Jedi hunter he's also a Sith assassin.
Yeah.
Is what his Wikipedia page says. That's about as far as my knowledge goes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sold.
He's a plot device character who's shown in flashbacks and whose ship is in places, and I think maybe his corpse exists.
He exists entirely as a plot device character. It's pretty profound, actually,
Okay.
how little of existence has meaning, if you think about it that way.
Really.
And yeah, so you see a skeleton in the underground bit with the snake, I think, for a little bit, and they grab the knife off him, maybe something like that. I can't even fucking remember. I've seen that movie like 3 times. I can't remember.
So stupid.
So yeah, Ochi could be fucking cut.
Ochi of Bestoon.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Favorite Doctor Who character.
Over to you, Cole.
Okay. Who will I choose next? I mean, this is an obvious one. I think Rose Tico.
Yeah,
You
Rose is
guys
down there on my
agree?
list.
Yeah. Listen. I just don't like the character. Yeah. Nothing against the actress. I think she's a great actress, and she got a lot of hate for the film.
A
Unfortunately.
ridiculously unnecessary amount of
Undeserved.
hate. No one deserves death threats over any piece of art.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. I take that back.
Who you got a name drop now?
I mean, Adolf Hitler made art. You know, like.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, but we
that's
don't
what I-
hate him
yeah.
because of his art.
No, that's
Yeah,
true. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Any actress or any role or anything like that, you don't need to deserve death threats. No one should be
Exactly, yeah.
throwing death threats out on the internet. It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
yeah. But yeah, I did not like her character.
That last scene in the Last Jedi where she like saves Finn. I was actually just talking about this last night with a friend of ours. He's like, if she just died there, it would have meant something. It would have
I
done
know,
something for
yeah.
the story, but she didn't die.
We don't win war hating our enemies. We do it by loving what we save.
You nailed that quote. I want you to know that.
Meanwhile, in the
Definitely.
background, boom, the rebel base.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this about? What is the
Yeah.
point? You know?
Yeah.
It's weird.
So I
I
actually have Rose in a different category.
You made different categories.
I have a
thought there
different.
was
I've got
one
different
category,
categories. No,
so-
I've got characters we're removing. Minor characters we're keeping mostly the same.
Okay.
And then in drastically changing, I have Rose.
I've
Okay.
completely cut Rose
Right.
from my mind.
Yeah.
I still want to introduce Rose in episode 8.
Okay.
But depending on the time jump between 7 and 8, as one of Luke's other older but still young Jedi.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
You know, because I like Kelly Marie Tran, and despite the fact that Rose is pretty crap, I kind of like her chemistry on screen though.
Yeah.
I just in and of herself. So yeah,
I love the idea that you have to vividly imagine these actors when you're writing. It's so funny.
No,
to me.
it's fun. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, it does feel like I'm writing for the actor at times.
You're
Yeah.
very much like a film writer.
Yeah.
Like, compare that to myself. I love fantasy, and
Right.
every time I write a character, it's like just a blob of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a person's vague face
Yeah,
in
I
my
write to
head.
like archetypes.
Yeah, I write to archetype more than I write to actor. So that's really interesting.
It's
Anyway.
it's fun for dialogue because it's just like
It does.
Adam
Hugh
Driver
Grant
would never say
versus
this.
Adam Driver.
Yeah, you know.
yeah,
like,
it does. It does
This
help you like
Yeah.
really build the character and depth.
that's
add
cool.
depth.
Where were we up to? I forget.
But back to
There's-
you.
Yeah.
Back to me.
Yeah.
Dio the droid.
Yeah.
Can,
Yep.
can fuck off.
Number 7.
Episode 9.
We do not need another droid. For fuck's sake, we already have BB-8, a rolling droid.
Yeah.
He's like anxiety bot. I don't need that.
Who's this character? Is he episode 9?
Oh
He's
yeah,
episode
yeah.
9,
So
yeah.
he's voiced by J.J. Abrams.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We must keep him then.
Yeah.
He is
Um,
the main mystery box droid.
Yeah, so Ray goes to pick him up at some point. He's this little droid. He's a cone
Ah.
on top of a wheel. He's a cone on
I'm
top
surprised
of
you
a
haven't
wheel.
seen the little figure. He was like on the promotional material and stuff.
No.
No, I don't like Dio. I thought he was annoying and served no point in the plot. Droids aren't really the most necessarily plot-intensive thing, but he didn't
Yeah.
serve any comedic value. He didn't serve any writing value. I don't see why he was there.
He was a plot device character. He existed so that they could tell them something.
Okay, well,
If you
they
remember-
could have figured
yeah,
out
I
a
don't-
different way to tell him.
There were so many, remember, just plot device things and MacGuffins, and he was one of them.
One of
So,
many.
Yeah, and this is this bit where like Ray goes to pick him up, and he's just like, "No, thank you. No,
Yeah.
no, thank you."
He's like, no
Yeah.
touch bot.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird little thing.
Okay.
He's like a cat who's been left alone for too long.
Anyways, that's mine. I don't like Dio.
Yeah, yeah.
Dio,
Ellie,
okay.
your turn.
This fits in a different character. Zori Bliss.
Yeah.
Don't really need Zori Bliss.
Funnily enough,
you know?
that is exactly the next one down.
Yeah.
Pitch them to me.
Look, again, Zori Bliss
Also,
is,
episode 9 character.
So many of these episodes.
Noticing a
dude,
pattern.
episode 9 was just like, let's introduce 5 new characters that are going to have a pretty decent amount of screen time
Yeah.
for no fucking reason.
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
Isn't
Yeah.
there that worm guy as well?
Worm guy?
Yeah. there's
Oh,
like
Claude.
The homophobic
No, Claude's
worm.
the best.
Claude's fantastic.
Ah.
You talking shit about Claude?
No, I just know he's like the homophobic worm.
He's homophobic?
Homophobic?
Yeah, there's like a scene where like I think it's like the first like gay kiss in Star Wars, and he like side eyes them. I've seen that clip.
I've
I've
never
seen that
seen that
breakdown,
before.
Look it up. It's great.
I'm going to just choose to believe that's not canon. But he's on our board. We love Claude. And I really hope he's not a homophobe.
yeah.
That thing.
Yeah, that's exactly the reaction he gives.
God.
That just must be unfortunate.
Yeah. Zori Bliss was this person who had a history with Poe Dameron back when he was a spice runner, because they made it canon that he was a spice runner. She was also a spice runner, and they go to her for plot reasons.
I've got my
help.
thing about Zori Bliss.
Yep.
Cool Daft Punk helmet. Bland character with vague reason of disliking Poe, who leaves without really helping in any way. My biggest issue is their relationship happens entirely off-screen. Compare this to Lando and Han in Empire. They start as friends, but Lando later betrays them before returning to help them later. All their character interactions and progression happen on screen. All the important ones. There's nothing on screen that happens between Zori and Poe that matters or changes in any dynamic or interesting way.
So depending on how much we go to explore like the underworld and stuff like that, and we want to give Poe more backstory and give him more of a character arc in 8, because in 7 he'll be the same as he was, I think. Maybe we'll see how it goes. I'm planning on kind of sidelining him again because I don't have room for him. Give him more screen time in 8, and then we could introduce her, maybe in some capacity. But, just throw for now, pretty much.
I reckon throw for now. I can't really see it being important, but maybe we'll come back to it later. It's just a cool design more than anything. It's one of these things, just like cool design, zero character. We can repurpose the design, I guess, and put it somewhere else.
And she flies a Y-wing, because every era needs a Y-wing.
Oh, does
She
she?
flies
Yeah.
now.
Huh.
Yeah, she flies now.
She flies now. I feel like this might be more of a controversial one, but General Hux, I think.
Ah.
Now, I know he plays a bit more of a role in Episode 9, and he is a decent foil in The Last Jedi, but I do feel like he never seemed to me like a super strong character from recollection, and I don't think he represents much in the story.
That's fair. I could definitely see a pretty strong argument for a version of the story where we cut Hux.
Yeah. Like, he's a character, obviously, who I prefer to rework, but if I just had to cut characters out and just improve what is there, I would probably cut him out.
I mean, he's like number one in my drastically changing.
Yeah.
I do want General Hux who existed in the sequels.
Yeah, like
gone.
Yeah, because I think obviously it would be good to have more of like an officer military character for the First Order, but at least in The Last Jedi, like the ideology is pretty well represented by Kylo Ren.
And it's just a lot of him being a whiny little baby.
Yeah,
and getting
exactly.
like slammed around by Snoke and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And like
he exists pretty much entirely for comic relief.
Yeah, and I
in
remember
Last Jedi.
now that you point that out, I remember like the opening of The Last Jedi.
And there's the fucking phone call joke, the prank that Poe like plays on him. And
exactly,
stuff.
yeah, and it's just he's a very much an undermined character.
Which I when I watched it for the first time, I was in fits. I thought it was hilarious.
It was funny initially. Yeah. Besides, so I think we got like Phasma based on the Phasma episode taking on more of that military leader role. You don't need two people in that space.
We do love the idea of Phasma being like one of our, if not our big villain. So
and I think there needs to be a foil to Kylo.
Yeah.
Especially because he needs to have a great arc, and someone needs to stand there to compare him to. But at least in the sequels as is, I don't think
we very
any of
easily
them are
could
great
axe him
foils.
as he exists. Yeah. And then you get in Rise of Skywalker, I'm sure you've heard that he's the spy.
Exactly.
And then he dies, and that's like very early into the film. That's in the first act, I think. My turn?
Bryce.
All of J.J. Abrams' friends. I'm talking Snap Wexley, played by Greg Grunberg, and the other people he's friends with. I couldn't find the names or the actors or anything.
I thought you were just making a death threat.
No. So J.J. Abrams is like known for bringing the same actors into all his movies and stuff. So Greg Grunberg plays Snap Wexley, who's that guy who stands around. He's really nice facial hair. I love his facial hair.
Pilot, one of the
pilot guys.
in
He's standing around. Yeah.
He dies in 9 too.
Does he?
Yeah.
He does
I saw it in the cinema. I was like, I know who this character is. I've read him in the comics and the books. Sad.
So while I was doing my tiny bit of research for this episode, I was like looking for more of the actors, and I was reading up on Greg Grunberg, and he was very publicly came out in defense of JJ after episode 9, because of course they've been friends since kindergarten.
Yeah.
Wild stuff. I did not know that. And he's like, JJ, like, there's no JJ cut, like, yada, 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 there's nothing, that's ridiculous. Movies go through heaps of cuts. This is exactly the movie you wanted to make. And the themes match up perfectly.
Oh.
If you watch Last Jedi and go into Rise of Skywalker, it matches up perfectly.
Oh, God.
And I would just like to say politely, Greg, I disagree with you, but I respect your opinion as someone who is friends with JJ, and I'm not.
I love Snap and Jessica Parva and all these characters from this comic. They're like, I can't remember what the squadron's name is, but that's like Poe's.
Phoenix Squadron?
No, it's Phoenix is from Rebels.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's got a squadron of pilots within the, the bloody resistance. And depending on where our
Inferno
war...
Squadron, I think, maybe.
No, also not Inferno.
Fuck.
Inferno's from Battlefront too.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, continue.
I like Poe having a squadron of people around him. But again, it's something for later, perhaps. And you can have that character, but he doesn't need to be anyone. He's just a pilot,
I just took a personal vendetta against JJ
Because
bringing all his friends in. It's just distracting. It was like, Josh Peck and Oppenheimer.
Right.
Oh, no, I loved him.
And like Roderick from Diary of a Wimpy
Didn't
Kid.
notice. I forgot it was...
I
so
saw
different.
Roderick
was
and I was like,
great.
that's Roderick. It was,
Yeah.
He wasn't on the drums. This one might actually get controversial. If we can't find a use for them and a reason for them to exist, then we're cutting the Knights of Ren.
I agree.
That's
I
a
was
good
almost
call.
going to write them.
They can't just be there, because it's stupid.
My one holdback is that I love the way they look, and I think the idea of having an order of knights dedicated to one Sith kind of character is just very cool. I think that's a cool concept.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work narratively, if it doesn't work for the story, then I totally agree with you.
Because you're talking about an actual purpose there. I think the problem was having them appear in a flashback in 7 in the first place, not including them in 8, and then trying to make them exist in 9.
I think Ryan's decision to not include them in 8 was really upsetting. I understand the direction he went with, and we always talk about how much we love that sequence where it's, Luke telling his version, Ben telling his version, and then Rey trying to figure out the truth of what happened.
Yeah.
Very cool, and that came at the sacrifice of having the Knights of Ren be involved in the plot. I think that would be my guess as to why they weren't in the story.
What if the Knights had Ren been the Praetorian Guards, though, even? Just for a bit of involvement.
Oh, yeah.
And him having to turn against all of his knights.
Yeah.
But then you'd have to set that up earlier for it to be
exactly.
impactful.
It's just like the question you ask, like at least having been someone who's watched only 7 and 8, it's like, where are they?
Where were they in
What
7?
happened to them?
Why are they, if they're, like all of the cronies to go with Kylo Ren? Well, here's Kylo Ren going to Jakku and killing people in at the start of 7, he's not there. Or they're not there. He's going to Starkiller Base. They're not there.
They're on Takodana.
They're talking about Snoke. They're not there.
Where are they? What are they doing?
Yeah.
In all of Force Awakens.
And if he's still training as well, how did he cultivate this like group of skilled master warriors subservient to him?
And there's no way that 6 people, all of the basically same rank in this military, managed to get their annual leave approved at the same time. Just bullshit.
We know workers' rights, and that's not how it goes.
They're just on strike.
Yeah, they are on strike. Yeah. Oh, well.
So, they're all talented writers. they all work in the film industry, and they're like, sorry, Kylo, I've got to go on strike. I cannot cross this picket line.
Yeah. Okay, Cole?
All right, this is a controversial one. It's a main trio character, Poe Dameron.
Oh.
Yeah. I think in episode 7, he serves a great role being the person who obviously brings Finn into the Resistance.
Yeah.
Then what does he do after that?
Very good point.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, like,
he flies a cool X-Wing real well.
True. He comes in and saves the day.
Yeah.
But besides the fact I love Oscar Isaac, I feel like Poe just kind of, after his service as a plot device in episode 7, he kind of just is there.
Yeah.
And I never buy that he fits in the main trio. He always seems like, and not, just for lack of a better term, it always feels like he's third wheeling. Not that they're romantic, but he just feels there.
With Rey and Finn, they have such of this like instant, really believable connection, even as friends or as something else. And it's fun to watch. They have such a really great chemistry. With Poe, I can see what you mean. That it's kind of a little bit of a third wheel.
Because I wish we did see more of Poe being friends with Finn and all that, but I really don't buy how he gets along with Rey.
Well, they don't. That's the thing,
exactly.
though. They're constantly in conflict in 9.
I know, yeah.
Actually, in 9, you get to see this trio. Yeah, and they clash.
They do clash. And we're seeing that trio in episode 9 made me want to rewrite episode 7. That was one of the first things for me. I was like, I want to see this trio because, oh my god, we were robbed of having this trio be the new trio.
Yeah, great charismatic actors as well to lead the franchise.
But I could see us maybe cutting Poe and maybe putting someone else in the place.
Yeah.
Maybe even putting like Kylo Ren, Ben Solo in place of that. We've talked about this earlier before as well.
Honestly, I feel like killing off Poe in episode 7, if I didn't have to like massively change the sequels, that would be the change I would make.
Yeah, interesting.
And then have Finn take on the role as hero of the Resistance.
I like it, and mainly because I want to target the trio thing for a sec. The main trios in Star Wars doesn't exist.
It exists.
It's not a real thing.
It exists in the OG trilogy for sure. I see what you mean by it, like changing.
Right.
Like,
does it exist in the OG trilogy?
Luke, Han, and Leia is an iconic trio.
Chewbacca's always there.
Nah. Fuck, you're
Chewie's
right.
always there.
He's just the guy. He's fourth wheel.
The trio thing came from press tours.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Because in the prequel trilogy, right, like there is no trio. You've got four main characters kind of in
number 4.
Well, you got in Phantom Menace, that is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, Qui-Gon has the most screen time, then Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme.
Yeah.
Jar Jar's also there.
I'm thinking, Obi-Wan, Padme, and Anakin. Those are like the
who
three.
are a trio for the third act of Attack of the Clones only.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
And then right at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
It sucks, doesn't it? But like, it's not really.
But there's something about the way they do it where it feels very core to the story. Is that those 3 characters and their stories and how they intertwine with each other.
They're definitely all connected.
Yeah,
and that's
it does
cool.
feel like they know each other.
Yeah.
So.
But they don't always have to spend all that much time together. No, I do like the idea of 3 heroes, but the 3 heroes that I'm working with at the moment are not Rey, Finn, and Poe.
Yeah.
It's we'll wait for the treatment
We'll wait for
episode
2
to find
weeks
out.
until what Mello's cooking up.
Yeah.
I've got very strong suspicions as to who the other part of the trio is.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I've already told you.
Yeah.
Snoke, Babu Freak,
and Claude, the
and
homophobic
Claude.
slug. So we have my next one, the Guavian Death Gang and Kanja Club. Those guys
Tell that to Conjure Club.
Bad names, bad designs. Cut. Fuck off. I fucking hate both of them so much. I hate that whole scene. I hate the Rathars.
Let's cut the Rathars. Cut the Rathars.
Cut the Rathars. Cut that whole bit out of the story.
Damn, I didn't know we were doing like broad strokes, like full entire groups.
Did you remember that they existed? Because like that's why I hate them so much.
I completely forgot about that.
Exactly.
No, that's great. Yep, cut that easily.
Cut. Mellow.
Yeah.
Unless we want to talk about those stupid fucking things. My one note: the red masks that the
cool.
Wavian Death games have. I fucking hate it so much. It reminds me of the fucking circle dudes from Naruto, but like much worse.
Oh, you hate them? You don't like them?
I don't like those.
They came from like many like character designs did. They came from concept art design for Kylo Ren.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
They remind me very distinctly of the random dudes from Guardians 1. The Necro dudes. They were like running around and like Drax calls them paper people.
Yep, they just don't have faces.
They don't have faces. They got like these weird helmet things on. Reminds me of that. Get rid of them.
That's fair. Okay, so potentially in some other capacity, Jana from episode 9 once again. So it's another stormtrooper who's turned against the First Order. Now,
that's
and she teaches Finn how to ride a horse.
Finn's new love interest, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Not really.
And then at the end, she like meets Lando. And that's also really weird.
One of the weirdest fucking scenes in any of these movies where like Lando looks at her and he's like, "Hey, you want to find out something?"
Where are you from? What's your story? I don't know.
Want to find out? It's fucking weird.
It's
fucking weird.
It's weird because people interpret it as one of two things. So it's like, okay, so this is Lando's daughter, or they're gonna have relations.
It was like very charged in some way, and I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
True to Lando.
Very true to Lando.
So just the idea of like, so I think something we've had in mind perhaps is that the big arc for Finn is that he is able to like lead this like uprising of First Order drones, you know, like to able to turn.
You said drones. You mean just like soldiers?
When I mean soldiers, yeah, they're drones. First Order soldiers, able to turn them en masse against, pretty much.
Some big speech or some big inspiring moment.
His actions and
that is get broadcast to the entire army, and in that moment they see the truth and they turn, and it's set up and it's done in a way that's satisfying. We'll figure that shit out.
And so
later.
if he needs another person on the inside, then a character like Jana can help in that.
See, that's why I didn't put Jana on the list. I was like, I see her fitting a purpose, and I see her as she is in the story working better and just being put in earlier on or something like that. So I wasn't keen on cutting out.
In a kind of like here and there category.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I'm just thinking because I feel like it's either this character or Hux, but I would probably cut Phasma as well. Like we've discussed extensively what like her problems in the sequel trilogy are in the last episode, but she kind of is just there. She's treated as a joke and then dies.
Yeah.
Which seems to be a recurring theme with a lot of the villains, I've noticed. And that's like one thing. I know this gets levied a lot as a criticism against the sequels, but I do agree with it, and it's the fact that the First Order is usually treated as a joke.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah.
It makes for zero stakes a lot of the time.
Yeah. Because they always treat the organization as this big threat, but anytime you actually interact with a person from it, they're always like
inept.
Used as inept, comic relief. You don't really see that with the Empire in the original trilogy. They really do feel like a presence.
Yeah.
Like they feel like figures of authority.
Yes, and there is danger, there is like actual
Exactly, and
threat.
I think that like Grand Moff Tarkin really, I think if you compare him to any of the First Order officers, that's like the biggest contrast
It's worlds
ever.
away, yeah.
Exactly, and Tarkin.
Take the final segment of Last Jedi where they're doing the big chase through space. There's not really any sense of danger because they've been so comedic through the whole movie. Like the First Order has been so funny and not a threat that when they try and make it a threat, it doesn't really work either.
Exactly.
Sorry, continue your other point.
Yeah, and another like criticism always levied is, you know, the First Order, they're always very quick to be annoyed and angry at things. And like, I mean, I don't want to levy that against like the whole First Order rally because I think it's important to show like the comparisons between like Nazi Germany and the use of rage and anger. But then when it's like scenes like the opening of The Last Jedi where Hux is just so annoyed, like a school child, really, it just undermines the threat.
My turn. That one guy that says it's salt. Cut.
Wait,
I got caught with that.
So you mean the guy in the trench who's sitting next to Gareth Edwards, director of Rogue One?
That's right.
Yeah,
that guy.
The
Those
guy
guys.
says salt?
The best reaction gif.
Oh man, it is pretty funny. I just thought it'd be funny to say I want to cut that because it's a silly moment, but it is a very funny reaction gif.
Yeah, but like, how will we know that it's not just Hoth?
Yeah. No, you're right though, because you know all of the red on Hoth could be confusing.
Yeah, I think, and also maybe I love Crate. I think it's an incredibly cool design. The idea of like a crystal salt
I
planet.
like salt planets. Yeah.
Salt planet's cool.
Yeah,
we'll come back to that.
But did they do enough to distinguish visually in terms of you come in from space? It's a big white ball. It's not white and red.
Yeah,
You know?
I think you could change that up a bit.
Yeah.
And also just the same fight. They did the same style of fight. There was like a big siege kind of thing.
Yeah.
As a big main bad who uses the Force, Palpatine.
Yeah.
Cutting Palpatine.
Ah,
Palpatine.
yeah.
In that capacity that we see him in 9 against, so many problems, was introduced really late and then was without much explanation. But, we've spoken before about the idea of, do you bring back Palpatine in some capacity? Is it just his influence,
Let's dive into this a little
Yeah.
bit. Let's dive into the Palpatine stuff. So, our perspective has been for a while. In the prequels, he was the big bad. He was the big bad evil guy. In the original trilogy, he was the big bad evil guy. Vader was his knight.
Yeah.
We would send out to do the actual stuff.
Vader was the face, but he was still behind the scenes.
manipulating,
Yeah.
right? He was still the big bad evil guy. And I've been trying to convince you and Sandra for the longest time that he should be the big bad evil guy for the sequel trilogy as well, because it's the one through line that will be consistent for all 9 movies. In what capacity is the big contentious point? And we've talked about clone Palpatine, we've talked about resurrecting Palpatine somehow.
Yep.
Somehow Palpatine will return. Who knows?
The thing I keep pushing for is influence, because, let's
Yeah.
look at real world big evil bad guys. Their influence is still felt far
their
beyond
legacy.
their death.
Interesting.
The legacy is sometimes just as dangerous as
Right.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
thing itself.
I'm like, God, like now all the stuff I'm hearing, like with anti-Semitism, like really on the rise.
Yeah.
And like people really looking back, like with pride on dictators and stuff.
Yeah, in full seriousness,
Like-
like the influence of Hitler and Mussolini and all those people
Exactly,
is still very much profoundly felt in our day-to-day lives.
I
And,
agree, yeah.
day-to-day lives is a bit strong, but in
Yeah.
our world and like politically and
Mussolini's
socially,
descendant is leading a right-wing party in
Yeah,
Italy.
it's
yeah.
crazy.
There's like so many right-wing parties that are popping up all over Europe and
Yeah.
stuff. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I know when you guys brought up the whole like Palpatine clones, initially I was skeptical, but I don't push back on it because I'm very interested to see where you guys take that with the rewrites. My biggest criticism against the sequels is just bringing back Palpatine. I think,
There should be a different big bad evil guy.
yeah, I mean, like they should have just gone with the through line of really focusing on Kylo.
Actually, I was going to ask you earlier because you in your notes you've cut Hux and Phasma
Yeah,
and Snoke.
I've pretty much got the whole first
Do
order.
you
But
see Kylo Ren being that big bad evil
yes,
person?
so I guess just to give more context about the characters I'm cutting, a lot of them are interchangeable, so it's not like
Yeah,
oh,
it doesn't
I'm
have
gonna-
to be like
yeah,
all
I'm not
three.
saying like cut the entire, just cut the trilogy. But yeah, no, my point is I think Kylo Ren really should be the through point, the antagonist. You see him rise to be the big bad.
And then they have to kill him?
Maybe. I mean, I have a lot of like thoughts on where the sequels could go there, and I'll probably do it in my treatment.
Yeah.
One of the ideas I've had for a long time. But yeah, I think Kylo should be the focus. But my problem with Palpatine as well is, and you guys may disagree with it, because it's a criticism that comes up a lot, is the fact I think it does undermine Vader's redemption a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's another thing we've talked about a lot
Yeah.
as well, is the Vader's redemption. How he kills Palpatine, throws him down the well,
Yeah, exactly.
and that is his redemption. That's how he comes back.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is very important that Palpatine dies as a part of that.
Yes, I agree.
Deep stuff. We've come back to this so many
Yeah,
times. It's
yeah.
one of those, I think, like big foundational like plot points that is really how you interpret it very much will define how you believe the sequels should go. you know,
Yeah.
and how the next part of that story should unfold.
Yeah,
So,
that's the thing as well. I feel like a lot of these plot points, even though I'm like contentious towards them, I think any of them could be executed well. But yeah, it's just how it's executed currently in canon. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Yeah, well,
I thought it
Palpatine
was well
returned.
done. I love the sequels.
Yeah, you know what? You convinced me.
That's why we're doing this show.
That's why
because
we-
we all think that the sequels were well
Yeah,
executed.
I thought they were
They turned
great.
out good.
Okay. Yeah, no, awesome. So
Yeah.
my next two characters I've got and like packaged them together is Admiral Pride and Captain Kennedy. They're not exactly bad characters.
Oh yeah,
But I feel like they don't necessarily fit what's in my mind for the First Order anymore. They are very like you said earlier, comical characters. They're way over the
Yeah.
top. They are exaggerated. They're ridiculous, and they serve this really interesting point of like I'm a military guy, bop, bop, bop. And then they die or they do something really like intense. Admiral Pride is fun in Rise of Skywalker, but he's like a good character in a sea of nothing. You know?
big thing to appease all the nerds. Allegiant General Pride.
Yeah.
is
Oh,
actually-
I thought it was
Yeah.
Admiral
Yeah.
Pride.
Yeah, well, no,
Thank you,
see
Melo.
that sounds real. Admiral Pride sounds real.
As
So it's
opposed to Allegiant General.
yeah, what the fuck is that? Yeah,
So Allegiant General Pride and Captain Kennedy. Captain Kennedy's the guy who has the dreadnought in The Last Jedi.
yeah, he
That's
just
that guy.
dies nobly on the bridge.
And he's like, his performance in that, he gets 5 minutes of screen time and he rocks it.
Yeah, because he's there reacting to this movie woke up and from the get go decided to kick the shit out of Hux.
Yeah.
and he gets thrown and he's just like, anyway, back to business.
It's wild. He's a wild character, but I think both of those I'm happy
Yeah,
to cut.
that's fine. Yeah, I haven't even done the due diligence of learning this character's name because who gives a shit? The one that Mary Pippin plays in
Oh my God, yeah.
Rise of
Yeah, yeah.
Skywalker. Mary Pippin from Lord of the Rings. Everyone calls him what's his name from Lost. I don't.
Why are you calling him
Dominic
Mary Pippin?
Monaghan.
Those are two different characters.
Mary Pippin? Sorry, Mary.
You're
Mary.
the Lord of the
Mary,
Rings guy.
Damn. Can we
What the
restart this
fuck?
bit?
He's got all the books up
We're gonna
there.
relearn this. We're gonna
We're not
restart this
restarting.
bit. We're restarting this
You've
bit.
been incriminated for this.
Dominic Monaghan.
Dominic Monaghan, Mary from
Mary
Lord of the Rings.
Pippin.
Is it Dominic Monaghan?
Yeah, Dominic.
Dominic.
I'm thinking of Cameron Monaghan
Yeah.
from the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Dominic Monaghan.
Mary from Lord of the Rings.
There you go.
Is in Rise of Skywalker. You're cutting this
I
bit.
am absolutely not cutting this.
I will review bomb this episode into
Okay.
the ground.
So you want to cut Dominic Monaghan?
Yeah, because what the fuck's he doing?
He's just
serves
there.
no purpose.
He's
He's
just
this
there.
like he's well learned in all of this Sith lore.
Yeah.
And then the infamous line, somehow Palpatine return is said, and then he's just like Sith cloning or dark cloak. Secrets only the Sith knew.
Oh my god, he does have that
yeah.
line. That's the
Just-
that's the 1-2 punch of
Yeah.
that horrible exchange in the start of the movie.
Yeah. And then
And it also ties back to my earlier thing of J.J. Abrams' friends, because it was probably one of his friends from Lost.
anyway, no, just him. Yep, cut him.
Cut him.
No point.
Yeah. So that was about the extent of my list, at least.
Yeah.
Like now thinking about, I feel like honestly most of the minor characters could probably be cut. But at this point, I feel like if I cut more characters, it's pretty much just saying like, hey, we can cut all the characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the ones I've suggested are ones who I feel like do kind of just feel weak in the story. And if you remove them and slightly change things, it would just be a better story.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, two more. I'm
Yep.
gonna do my first one.
Go both in one.
Oh, do both in one?
Yeah.
No, I want to do separate. I'm gonna
Okay.
do my second last one is the code breaker. No explanation
Oh
needed.
yeah.
Cut.
Fuck it. Yeah. Who cares?
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
The first code breaker, by the way, not not DJ. The first code breaker, the guy with the white suit and the red palm blue.
The red. Yeah, like never gets a name, does he? Codebreaker. Yeah.
Codebreaker.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And
That was
fuck
also
that, part of the
that was
story.
another cameo.
Oh my
that
God,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
They go
the
there, they
fake out,
find
right?
the codebreaker, and
Yeah.
they get faked out, and they have to
Yeah,
talk to
yeah.
DJ instead, who somehow has the same set of skills.
Yeah, the master
Fuck
codebreaker.
all of that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He was another cameo with some
Yeah.
some anyway.
dude.
Yeah.
No, because what I've got next is a whole slew of characters in this section I call minor characters. We're keeping mostly the same,
Okay.
but amending slightly.
Okay. Before you get to that,
Yeah.
I will actually do my last
Yeah,
one.
do your last one.
Which is C-3PO. That's right.
Say again?
C-3PO. I know we're not gonna cut him,
I agree.
but C-3PO sucks, and I wish he didn't have to be in the rewrite.
Like
That's
he
my
sucks
opinion.
in general.
I have never liked C-3PO.
Really?
The only time he has any value to me is when he serves as a bouncing board for R2 to slam dunk fucking good jokes in the movies. That's it. That's the only time I like him.
I mean, he's also like people find Han really funny in Empire, and
That's
that's
it.
just him
He's
yelling
the-
at 3PO.
He's literally the bouncing board so that other people can be funnier.
Mm.
It's so annoying.
It doesn't help that he hasn't been. This is why, like,
Because when he tries to be funny, it sucks.
Anthony Daniels was so keen for Rise of Skywalker because it was the first time in 40 years that C-3PO had importance in the story. Since A New Hope, C-3PO has
God,
not
yeah.
mattered since A New Hope.
I would desperately love to keep that tradition alive by making C-3PO worthless in my rewrite.
Oh,
I haven't
God.
even put him in my treatment because I hate him.
Okay, well that's okay.
But the droids are the protagonists.
What do you mean?
The protect.
Isn't that like whole George Lucas's whole thing about like A New Hope is that the droids are actually the protagonists?
I mean, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be silly about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, George Lucas.
He's a silly man.
Okay, minor characters we're keeping mostly the same.
Go for it. Take us away, Mello.
Babu Frick.
Yeah,
Mm.
beautiful.
Yep, Babu Frick's
Beautiful
in
boy.
it. We'll find a way. Lieutenant Connix, played by Billy Lord, Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Dude, Billy Lord was one of the ones I was like, should we cut? No,
Nah,
she's
nah,
cool.
Keep Billy Lord, keep Connix.
Yep.
We'll find a way. Uncut Plot.
Yep.
Yep.
He's in my
Got it.
treatment. I already got him in.
Gotta have him. Law Santeca.
In.
Love Law
For sure.
Santeca. And then I had like Snap Wexley and most opposed like pilot people.
Cut.
We'll find a way. Okay. Here's a good one. Sidon Ithano.
What the fuck is that?
Sidon Ithano. He is a member of the Crimson Corsair. He's the guy with the red helmet, the really
Oh,
cool looking
yeah.
red helmet in Force
I
Awakens.
thought about cutting
Yeah.
him, but I was like, no, that's a cool design.
No, yeah. He is literally this trilogy's Boba Fett.
Literally,
Because
yeah.
he's just there in the background. They try to make Phasma the Boba Fett.
But he doesn't really come back or do anything involving the story.
No.
But he could be our Boba Fett.
Yeah.
He could be.
He's part of this whole gang, and like I think it's like
Is he like Robin Hood, space Robin
yeah,
Hood kind of thing?
pretty much. And I think it's like I want to say like Kix, like the last surviving clone who was frozen in carbonite gets unfrozen by them. They
Yeah.
find him, and he becomes part of this gang.
That's wild.
And
Yeah,
they're
it's so
really
cool.
cool, and he can be this character that's there sometimes.
They're nice.
Yeah, because he's got a cool character design. Okay, so guys, there's actually a big character that we've all skipped over.
Who is it?
Little known person called Vice Admiral Holdo.
I actually probably should have put it on my list.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about Holdo, and I mean, I do not like the character Holdo. I
Yeah.
love Laura Dern. She's
Yeah,
amazing.
Laura Dern's
but-
great.
And the reason I didn't put her on the list is because she kind of is like the main plot device for Poe's arc and stuff like that in The Last Jedi. And as much as I don't like The Last Jedi, if you cut her, I feel like that does kind of fuck up the whole structure of that movie.
But the big question for me is, why is it not Leia.
Why wouldn't Leia just do that?
True.
Why wouldn't Leia just serve that narrative space?
Yeah.
You know?
And if you're going to get someone older to do a sacrificial thing, that's cool. I think everyone has thrown the idea out of Akbar.
Admiral fucking Akbar
Yeah,
should
sure.
be doing
Yeah.
the Holder maneuver.
Yeah, because
for the
then
love of
imagine
God.
if he's, he turns to face the First Order. Like, let's keep this whole bit the same just for the sake of this joke. And then, like, he somehow is on comms with the First Order, and he's like, "It's a trap, bitch." And then he does it.
And that's his final
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
It's a trap, bitch.
Yeah.
And then he traps them.
He traps
Very
them.
efficient.
After 20 years, he finally
Yeah.
redeems himself.
Oh my god.
That's the end of my list.
That's the end of your
yeah,
list?
Yeah,
Well, that's brilliant because that brings us pretty much to the end of the show.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
wow.
so. No, actually, we've got
Well,
20 minutes
we've
to
got
go.
a
Did you,
van.
did you know there is a character from Clone Wars in the sequels? Dengar?
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 Dango? Yeah. Dango?
In the sequels, according to one of the like visual dictionaries that they put out, he evolves into this character called Rothgar Dang, and if you can put a photo up, Mr. Editor,
I'll try.
you'll find it. I'll show you guys after the podcast. He's this like deformed grey dude in like a mechanic body, and apparently it is Dengar. So I'll show you. It's
That's
horrifying.
Right.
The weirdest shit
Dengar,
I've ever
who
heard.
he always operates in the circles of like groups of bounty hunters.
Yeah.
He's always in a team of bounty hunters doing missions, and he's always the
He's
shit
got
one.
dependency
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah, he's useless. He's,
Yeah, and
Codependent.
yeah, apparently the whole thing about his character is over the 30 years after the original trilogy, he kept getting injured and replacing all his parts, so he looks like this deformed husk. It's genuinely horrifying to look at, and he's in Maz Kanata's castle, I believe.
Well, there you go.
No, he's in episode 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Well, that was about 40 to 50 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. Of us just axing characters and
We don't need
deciding the
to-
characters that we want to cut out.
Yeah.
I think now we can just talk about,
We don't
we
need
can
to. We don't
disagree
need to
about it.
pander, but we can
Yeah.
just go into greater depth about. What about characters that we're changing greatly? That's I include
characters
that-
were changing
that
greatly.
bit.
That's a good point.
Currently, we are changing Hux greatly. We're not cutting Hux really. I mean, maybe the name. Either way, I guess it is a completely different character in a sense, and we just want to keep Donald Gleason in the story as an actor.
Well, here's what we can do. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
maybe just do like a bit of a roundup of all the characters that we are keeping, but we want to change drastically, which is most of them.
Yeah.
And that's like a good way to like have a bit of progression with the audience. So
Yeah.
with Hux, we'll start with Hux. We've early on decided that we're like he should be a senator, maybe not even have a military rank and be representing a planet, but is very much aligned with whatever the negative belief is in the Senate and demilitarization.
Yeah, he's in stark opposition to Leia. That's
Yeah,
That's
he's
their
in
whole
stark
story.
opposition to Leia in terms of politics and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean that is one thing I feel really is missing from the sequels. And I know they intentionally avoided it because of the prequels, but it's just the politics, the world building.
Yeah.
And it's because they averted from it so much that the world just feels so flat and shallow.
It feels empty and
Yeah.
shallow without substance.
And I think that also comes into play in terms of just like the worlds we see. This is where we get fun exploration for, we just axed all of these minor background characters no one cares about. Let's introduce a whole slew of new
Minor
ones.
background characters that no one cares about still.
Yeah, that we don't spend time on, but are present in a world that feels lived in.
All right, who's next on our characters?
Well, see, I want to keep Phasma. Just want to change Phasma and make Phasma.
We talked about in
Same
the
here.
last episode. We were keen on having her as like this boot camp kind of the guy from Avatar 2 Way of Water.
General.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a general kind of character.
First time voicing my actual, because I wasn't on that episode, voicing my thoughts on that. Yeah, cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you went
Yeah,
that far.
yeah. I'm usually like I've struggled a great deal with in terms of like having a villain who is the villain. You know, it's like that's the big thing I've had with Ben Solo is just like I can't have him be this person who's tied to people who we care about and then just have him be a villain at face value and not have any humanity to him because that's just very hard to write. But Phasma, totally.
Phasma
okay.
is better as a
Totally,
character who's
yeah.
just fucking evil.
Yeah,
and
like-
doesn't get a redemption.
yeah.
She has to die.
What
at
was the
some
plan? Was formerly part of the Empire, wants to see it continued.
So this is where we got to because it was me, Sandra, and Cole, and we
Yeah.
all sat there and we're like, so none of us know anything about her backstory.
Yeah.
So we're just
Yeah.
gonna ignore it and move on.
It hurt me greatly.
And he listened to this, and I knew he would. He's like, I know her backstory. It's so cool. Hit us
It is
with
cool. Okay. No. So Phasma grew up on this backwater planet that was like ravaged by nuclear war.
I remember that bit.
Yeah. And it's like the cities were all great and futuristic. Basically, she lives in like Mad Max world, and she was part of a tribal culture which they didn't lived into their 20s, and so she was one of the leaders along with her brother. But it was all like survival of the fittest. She crippled her brother, and then Brendel, Hux, and a bunch of First Order troopers crash land there, and then they like help them get back to their ship, and like all of her friends die along the way, and then she eventually does like kill the last one, and she just goes off with them. And Brendel Hux's ship is Palpatine's old Naboo starfighter, And the chrome armor that Phasma has is made from that fighter.
That's
Her
wild.
armor is made from, big old blaster bolt proof armor. It would be
that's
heavy as fuck. It's
Yeah.
actually kind of stupid and impractical, and there's
That
no
sounds
way she could
impractical.
wear it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Phasma.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's
That's some
cool.
interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we want to see her as like a boot camp general, boots on the ground kind of
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
And she's just hard as nails and beats the shit out
Yeah.
of people.
And I know a few times now you guys have said that Phasma also has done horrific things in her like backstory as well, which I don't know about. Is that
Stuff
true?
like stuff like this. It's it's killing. It's just
Yeah.
it's just
So she
brutal
killed
fucking murder.
Brendel Hux so that Armitage Hux could take over.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
told me that one.
She and Junior Hux paired up to kill Daddy Hux.
So the General Hux we see in the movies was like the reason he's such
Yeah.
a young general is because he conspired
usurped.
with
Yeah,
Captain
See, that's
Phasma.
cool. That's
Yeah.
stuff I want to see.
it is really interesting. It's like everyone in the First Order that we see in the film. It's like we've got 3 leaders, and they're all like 30, and then the Snoke.
Mm.
You know, like
Yeah,
they're all
so
young.
We're going to talk about Ben. So
Yeah.
we want to see him start as a Jedi apprentice
Yes.
and then become evil and maybe get redeemed or maybe not. That's kind of where we're at
Yeah.
with Ben right now.
One thing I'm really struggling with is timelines.
How
to make
how
stuff
old he
like-
is, where they
how-
start.
Yeah. because here's the thing. He can be whatever age, and the turn can happen whenever, because turns happen whenever. But it's just like, if it happens when he's younger, if it happens in his early 20s, it feels like this bit of coming of age, finding your way in the world thing. And if it happens at 30, is it like a pre-midlife crisis?
Yeah.
That's why I hate that he's like 26 or some shit
Yeah.
in Force Awakens. It's such a weird age to pick. I don't get it. Rey, we've
changed-
got a bunch of
Yeah.
ideas on. None of them have really settled down properly yet, so we're just gonna leave that one and move on.
That'll be one to wait until the treatments. But
Yeah.
I'm exploring the idea of selfishness
Mm.
and overcoming selfishness as being her key arc in the first one in 7, because we have spoken about the idea of what if, and in the context of like, it's something I've really gotten into, because it's like, think about her life and Jakku and just the upbringing. It's like, she would have had to care about herself and only herself to survive, and so that's what I'm running with at the moment.
Similarly, I've gone in a slightly different direction. Mine's more like dealing with fear and insecurity and trauma. Is kind of
Yeah.
what I'm diving into with Rey, just
Yeah.
because that's just kind of where I landed with it. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go that route, and we'll see what we come to when we do the treatment reads.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah,
keen
yeah.
to see it.
Finn, I think, will eventually end up where we find him in 7. He'll eventually end up there, but we want to see 7 explore he's got to overcome all of this program.
Yeah.
He starts programmed as a First Order trooper. He's hardcore on their beliefs and ideology.
Yeah.
And then over Episode 7, we see him get radicalized out of it and
Yes.
learns to think for himself and escape that ideological thinking.
Yeah.
That's his journey.
And honestly, that's the most interesting part about his character.
That's what people wanted to see.
I know, the
That's what
fact
people were
he is
interested
a
about.
Former stormtrooper.
He's a former stormtrooper, and on the poster he has the blue lightsaber. So people were like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, he goes from stormtrooper to Jedi."
Yeah.
I, just because of what we saw in the sequels and what his character could be, and then we also have Rey, who her journey is to become a Force user. I'm keen to not go that direction with Finn and have him become more of like a general, like Leia or Han are in the original
cool,
trilogy. But there's always potential to go back on.
It is tricky, and if not just for the cool element of it, what if he just learnt to use a lightsaber anyway? He can learn.
Well,
it's not that hard.
See, I'm an old law purist. When it comes to lightsabers, should be weightless.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
I think they should be.
And so it's like you need the Force to be able to, you've
Yeah,
got this
to
energy
wield
blade of
them
pure
properly.
power.
Yeah, because now apparently they're like really heavy in law. And it's
Yeah,
like,
Rebels and Mandalorian
yeah.
want to change that.
yeah. I'm like, no,
So.
it should be weightless.
Luke should not be a destroyed, like emotionally destroyed recluse living
Nah.
on the first Jedi planet. We want him to start as a Jedi master who is teaching a new generation of younglings. That's where he starts.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
his journey from there is pretty much defined by Ben's journey because he's
Yeah.
a secondary character to Ben.
He'll have his own arc, and it'll be because of what Ben, and then in 8 and potentially 9 what Rey does.
Yes.
So it's good. That's what you want out of a secondary character. Han, still many questions around Han.
Han, I think we've all settled on he's like a very much a side character.
Yeah.
Who will be,
Yeah.
auxiliary to the plot.
Yeah, and
He'll
at-
be around.
And at what point do you give Harrison Ford what he wants and kill him off?
Yeah.
Finally fucking
See,
kill him. Put him
this-
out of his misery.
See, that's a conversation I've had a lot with my friend Sol, who's doing his prequel. He's doing a whole saga rewrite now.
Oh, it's
which is-
expanded, has it?
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
brilliant.
It's really, he does so much writing. So
Right.
Yeah.
maybe one day I'll get him to cook you guys up and
Yeah,
it'll
that'd
like
be
the
fun,
special
yeah.
Sol special. But one thing we always talk about, and I think this is like a thing that comes up a lot because it was intended. We think Han should die in episode 6.
So you're starting your rewrite with episode 6.
I probably won't, but I think one thing.
Yeah, you go back and retroactively.
Yeah.
change
You
the
know,
story.
I'm gonna do a whole saga rewrite as well. I'm
Yeah.
gonna write my own thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
wait for
yeah, I
that.
mean, the thing is, like Han's arc in 6, it kind of he kind of just become like that's the film he's the most boring in, and it feels like he was meant to die, and I think he was, and then they changed it for like marketing reasons. To do toys and all that.
Something like
I'm not
that. I know
sure.
Harrison Ford
Honestly,
famously is like, I should have.
like, I should have died.
I should have died
Yeah,
a long
he
time ago.
always says that. Yeah.
But also in the movies too.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Star Wars?
That's something you would say.
Yeah, but see, like that's why it feels so weird because episode 7 almost seems like it's trying to correct episode 6. But I do like that Han is there in the sequels, and he had a child. I feel like one of the interesting things about Kylo so early on is we actually do see this really heartfelt story about how he fell out with his father, and you really get that, and it provides the catalyst for him like really deciding to be a Sith at the end. But I don't know what I would do with Han though.
Yeah, that's something I think we've got to do a little bit more
Yeah.
digging on. But Leia, we've talked a lot about. She's going to be a senator working in the New
Yeah.
Republic and then also kind of surreptitiously keeping eyes on the First Order.
Yeah,
and
but
watching
Leia,
it.
we don't have to change much.
She doesn't really need to change much.
No.
She is
Yeah.
a warrior first and a politician second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like in my mind she's one of those people who struggles in peacetime because she's always seeing threats. She's kind of like Nick
Yeah,
Fury in
she
my
was
head.
like
Yep.
born out of war, really.
Yeah, like she grew up in the
In a
imperialist
fascist government.
regime.
Yeah.
That paranoia would never leave.
Her
And she was
planet
paranoid,
was
and then
destroyed.
she spent her planet was destroyed, and then she spent years fighting against the Empire, and then finally ushering in peace. And now she's like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to have peace in myself. Now
Yeah.
that the peace has, and that's very difficult
Yeah.
historically.
Yeah.
Lando, we're making a politician. That just seems
Side character to Leia,
so
also
obvious.
politician.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much everyone important to the story.
R2's going to be there. We're not going to just
He'll be a
side.
politician.
He'll
too.
be there,
Little teaser. I got some fun stuff for R2.
You got some
Ah.
fun stuff, R2?
I kill C-3PO.
You're going to get
I
R2
don't
to
kill
kill
C-3PO.
C-3PO?
Jesus.
Yeah, they fight to the death on Mustafar.
Yeah. Yeah. If Chewie's there for a reason as well.
Oh, and Chewie's there.
To give Chewie some purpose. I don't want Chewie to
Yeah,
just be tagged along to Han.
I do.
Yeah, and
He's got a family and
No,
things
I,
to do.
not in my mind. He's just Han's friend. That's it. That's
True.
the only purpose.
That's
he
real
serves.
sad.
yeah.
Let's have Chewie be at the forefront and Han tagged along to his shit. The
And
Adventures of Chewie.
currently, no update on Finn Poe shipping. We haven't decided or settled on anything yet.
That's nothing that we can do in 7. That would be too quick.
I
Disney is
think it
stopping
doesn't
us.
exist in 7. We can say that for most of our
They
stuff
can,
right now.
If those two characters both exist in 7, then they have chemistry. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
You know what? Maybe we could have like a little tease of like haters to lovers kind of thing.
Yeah,
because
see,
that'll work. So
my
well.
rewrite is
So
just
Mrs.
Brokeback
Smith.
Mountain.
It's just Brokeback
Yeah,
Mountain
it's just
in
Brokeback
space.
Mountain. Yeah.
That sounds fantastic, Cole.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read it.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Fuck. All right.
Guys, you can't spoil my episode 7 retitling.
yeah.
That was episode 7. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Oh yeah. What are we gonna do for titles?
I've got a title.
You got a title?
Yeah.
I like The Force Awakens. I doubt I'll have a different title for my treatment in 2 weeks' time. I doubt I will.
My
I'm
treatment,
gonna combine them all.
I'll tell you, I won't tell you the
Melo,
idea.
you're
but
big
I'll
on
tell you-
titles.
Yeah, I love titles. My title is what I've renamed the First Order.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's about the new threat, what the new enemy is, and
Yeah.
you'll find that out later. What
Very
I've
fun.
actually renamed them.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we can do. There's your recap and what we are going to change with characters. We've also gone through every character we decide we want to cut or axe from our story. But I think that's pretty much going to be all that we can talk about this week. And next week, we'll have a different episode. You can catch us every Friday on Spotify, YouTube, everywhere you listen to podcasts or watch them. Very soon, also, Ahsoka is coming out, and we're going to be reacting and reviewing that. So that'll be me and Mello on the couch
Hell
here
yeah.
doing those videos. So look forward to that as well. Like us on everything. Follow us on everything. Give us 5 stars on Spotify. Please. Please. I love those stars. They make me happy and help me sleep at night. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching and listening, however you consume the show. And until next time, may the Force be with you.